Right, we are back again, and today we have the GoPro Hero 12 right there, and we have the Insta360 X4 right there, and the X4 is in single lens mode. Now there is about $100 difference between these two cameras. The X4 is more expensive, and if you ask me straight off the bat right now what the difference is, I would say the Hero 12 is a hardcore action camera, and it's got a few more professional features. So it's got timecode, it's got log footage, and it has 10-bit, so it's good for grading later on. It won't fall apart, and you've got timecode to match a whole load of them together. Whereas the Insta360 X4 is also great. It really is fantastic when it comes to grading, but it's a 360 camera. So I can film in 360, so I can film, not care, and I can choose what I frame later. This is the hotel, by the way. Now, I do have to turn the Hero 12 round, whereas the X4 I wouldn't if I was in 360 mode. Hotel is almost gone. When it comes to stabilization, they are both excellent. I mean, you've seen the videos. The Hero 12 has got incredible stabilization, but the X4, being a 360 camera, beats it. It does. It just beats it, hands down. It's basically stabilizing a sphere, so it doesn't matter what you're doing, it will stabilize perfectly. So that is basically the main difference between these two. You have a 360-degree action camera that films basically anything you want it to, or you have the Hero 12, which is $100 less, but if you need timecode to match a whole load of them together, and 10-bit log footage, then you have that there. But it can't film 360. So with the X4, shoot now, frame later. I mean, that is so fantastic for a lot of people. You don't have to care where you have this camera. You know, they both have horizon lock, by the way, 360-degree horizon lock, but the X4 has it in horizontal and vertical, and that's insane. So both of these guys have 360-degree horizon lock, and you can basically just do this and you should be horizon locked. But with the X4 you can also do this and you're still locked. That's a big one. That right there is a big one for the X4. Right, so another great feature that the X4 has is if you hold it out straight in front of you, like you can see being recorded on my Meta glasses right now, is it will delete the selfie stick and follow you no matter where you go. It will keep me in frame. You have to move the GoPro Hero 12 into a position like you can see right now if you want to do that, and this is great for skiing, motorbiking, whatever you think of. It's a really cool feature of the Insta360 X4. This right here is the Insta360 X4 with the premium lens guards on. They're made out of glass, and they're very, very durable. And the great thing is unlike the previous versions, you can twist them on and off and reuse them as many times as you wish. Now, if we look at the cameras next to each other, obviously their physical form is very different. The Hero 12 is a bit of a brick, and the X4 is a long kind of pole camera. Now, I'm going to put the specifications on the side, but at the end of the day, we're not interested in those specs, are we? We just want to see what they look like. We want to hear what they look like in everyday conditions. And that's what I'm trying to bring you in my videos. Turning them on and off, they're about the same speed. In terms of the screen size, the Insta360 is a little bit larger, but the GoPro Hero 12 has a screen at the front. So no matter which way you mount it, you can see a screen. And in terms of the screen, they're both very, very good. They have nice clear screens, and they react pretty well. I mean, the X4 does seem to react a little bit better than the Hero 12. The Hero 12 sometimes doesn't react to my fingers, but generally, all in all, both very nicely made. I mean, they're from the two best companies out there, so you really can't go wrong with either camera. So, this is wide. 5.3K on the Hero 12 in hyperview. So that is, I mean, it's crazy wide. On the X4, we have Mega View, which is also pretty damn wide. And the great thing is that you can choose later what view you want. Now, let's try the next one down. And the one I use the most is dewarped because I like it nice and clean. But let's have a look. Right, I have not moved the camera. We are on Ultra on the X4 and Super View on the Hero 12. And I'm filming 5.7K, by the way, on the X4, not the Plus, just normal 5.7K, because it is, you know, it's a lot darker in here. Yeah, this is what they look like. I haven't moved the camera, so you can see, you know, next one we're going to do dewarped and, you know, just make it nice and clean. And that's basically linear on the Hero 12. Right, so now we are on linear on the Hero 12 and dewarp on the X4. And this is basically the lens or the setting that I use most often because I do like it when it just kind of looks like, you know, classic, not this kind of, you know, crazy fisheye look, but it looks a lot more natural. But like I said, the great thing about the X4 is that you can choose it afterwards, point, shoot, you know, frame later kind of thing, whereas with the GoPro, you know, it's basically baked in there. Yeah, but it is a nice set of lenses we can choose from here. That is fantastic that you can basically, you know, change and, you know, play around with them. Now, both these cameras have fantastic audio. They really do. So right now you're listening to the audio coming from the GoPro Hero 12. Wind is off on both of them. And right now you're listening to the audio coming from the Insta360 X4. And there is one more huge plus to the X4. It is compatible with DJI Mic 2. That basically means that you can connect it wirelessly and talk wirelessly through your microphone, and you have the flexibility to walk away from the camera. On the Hero 12, it looks like it wants to connect, but it never connects to it, which is a real pain. This is what it sounds like when there's a little bit of wind, and when we go away from the wind, this is what they sound like now. So audio, they both sound really, really good. And with the X4, you have the option of wireless microphones. It's good if you're, you know, a moto vlogger, or if you just want that extra flexibility of walking away from the camera. Now, 360 mode is what we're on right now. You're thinking, Phil, it's an 8K camera. Yeah, it's an 8K camera of 2 lenses. So each lens has got 4K. So when you export it in ProRes, it's going to be a 4K file. So the 5.3K on GoPro Hero 12 is a little bit larger. It's got more resolution. It's where the GoPro kind of wins. If you just want a single lens, 5.3K, the GoPro has that. But right, this is the one that you've all been waiting for, me jumping in slow motion. They both have slow motion. It looks okay, it's nothing to write home about, but if you do want it, they both have slow motion. And the Hero 12 even has 240 frames, I think, in 2.7K. So you do have the option of slow motion, just, you know, not great, but in the Insta360, you can use it in 360 mode and see everything. So, close focus. I'm going to go in to the Hero 12 and get as close as possible. I know that some action cameras, like, for example, the Ace Pro, have got like 40, 45 centimeters. The Hero 12 is a smaller sensor. It should be about 35 centimeters, but from what I've been testing, the X4 is even closer. So let's test this out. Going into the Hero 12, and I'm about, that was 2 centimeters away. Let's try the X4. Going in, I'm coming in. That was really close. So that's what they look like when we're talking about minimum focus, because that's important to some folk. So if we're talking about HDR mode, they both have HDR mode. The GoPro can do it in 5.3K, whereas the Insta360 can do it in 360 mode, but it drops down to 5.7K. That's not the 5.7K plus, but 5.7K. So I think you're getting about a 2.7K resolution out of it at the end of the day. And these modes are good if it's really bright outside and you want to see a lot in the darks and the lights. So today's a nice day and it is pretty sunny. It's across the road, trying not to get killed. And this is what both of them look like. I don't know, I'm not really a fan of HDR, and when Insta360 allows to turn it off in the Ace Pro, I was extremely happy. I don't know, it's got that kind of weird kind of look to it. But if you guys do like that and you're into that, you're in I don't know, a race car and you want to see the inside and out the window at the same time, then this is probably the mode you're going to be using on them. Right, so when it comes down to the apps and the software that you're using, the app for the Insta360 is a million times better. But I've got to give it to GoPro that their app has been getting it better and better, and now we do have live view, which we haven't had for a long time when you press the record button. But still, the Insta360 app is absolutely fantastic, and the studio version, the 5.0, I gotta tell you, it's a pleasure to use now. I love using the studio version. It's fast, you can do multiple clips at once, you know, that is really great stuff. Voice control, both of them have got it. Gesture control, the X4 has it, so even if you're on the water, you can do gesture control, and the X4 is gonna listen to you. And that's pretty damn awesome. So this right here is 5.7K plus on the Insta360 X4, and that's meant to be a little bit better during daylight, and it's almost like 8K. And the one thing I'm going to say about the X4 is sometimes you might worry about the actual lenses. Now, they're protruding, right? But you get standard lens guards, and you also get premium lens guards made out of glass, which are very durable. You'll see some pretty cool tests coming soon. Apart from that, the battery, 135 minutes, 140 minutes on the X4, and about 100 minutes on the GoPro Hero 12. Both do fairly well on a battery, and they are exchangeable batteries. You can put new ones in, and you don't have to worry about it. Get a whole load, and you'll basically be fine. So, at the moment we're on auto boost and in 8K, 5.3K. This is what it looks like with the sun right behind me, basically blazing sun. I know a lot of you like to know how everything looks like. That's what it looks like. In terms of flaring, there are no lens guards on. GoPro's normal, the lenses are clean. I am going to run so you guys can see what it looks like. And I'm going to shake it a bit, as you can see from the recording of my meta glasses. And let's see which one stabilizes better. Well, let's have a look. Last but not least, here are a few photos. And let's be really honest, neither of these cameras are made for taking photos. But we do have that option. They both feel a little bit awkward when taking photos, and it's not, you know, a Sony or a Canon or a Nikon. But with the Insta360, you do have the Pro that you can take a 360 photo and you can reframe it later. So you can even turn it around and capture yourself and export that. That's actually pretty fantastic.